Hey everyone, welcome to Make It Monday. I hopped on like a minute early because I'm going to make sure A, I'm in the right spot, and B, that it's working. Because last week I did this with my team page and the screen went black and I didn't even realize it for quite some time. All right, so give me a second here. There I am. Okay. I want to make sure that I'm in the right spot. And it looks like I am. And if you're joining me, say hi. I'm going to try to see if I can figure out if I can see comments, but I don't know if I can do that. Nope. I don't know. All right. I'm going to give it another minute or so because I am a little bit early. But I will go ahead and there we go. Can we just, I don't want to be that. I think I muted myself to make myself look big. So give me a second. I'm so sorry. All right. Here I am on my computer. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. So tonight, hi, Claire. Okay, I can see a comment now. Yay. Okay. Hi, Claire. So tonight we are going to I'm going to make 3 cards and I'm featuring the Friendly Hello stamp set and the paper that is a free celebration item with $100 purchase. So if you haven't seen this yet, it's gorgeous. I'm actually going to turn you guys down because I actually want to show you the paper. So give me a second to get myself, I want to make sure that I am down because that's the problem that I had at my team meeting is when I switched over to go down, then I was no longer there. And I want to make sure that I'm there. So I can see myself now. Okay, so we're cooking here. So these are the 3 cards that we're going to make tonight. So we have this beautiful one that features the blends, and this one says, "Hope you have the best birthday." And then on the inside, I stamped on the inside. And then this one right here, I really like this one because I'm going to kind of create my own designer series paper with this one. This one is a lot of fun stamping. And it says, "You have a my love and support." And then I also stamped on the inside. And then this one here says, "Hello, friend," which features a lot of the designer series paper in the background. And then I did some stamping on the inside. So I do want to show you this paper that you get with the stamp set. So if you purchase $100, you can pick this. You can either pick 2 celebration items that are valued for the $50 mark, or you could just get this, which has 2 items in it. It has the Friendly Hello stamp set, and then it has a full package of this paper. So this paper is so pretty, and I love this. This one's probably my favorite. I always think that paper doesn't do its justice until you actually see it. So it's definitely very pretty. And I want, if you hang on tonight too, after we're done with the 3 cards, I have a sneak peek product to share with you. 2, actually, not 1, 2 sneak peek products to share with you. So I'm excited to share that with you today too. All right, so give me just a moment. I'm going to grab one thing because I don't think I grabbed scraps of something. So we're going to do some punching tonight. And there we go. Sorry, I just need to grab some scrap paper because we're going to do some punching on this card with the sprigs. But we're going to do that card last. We're actually going to work on the bird card first. So let's go ahead and get started with that. And I have my 12 or my 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock. And I'm going to, you can either score it at 4.5 or you can fold it in half like I do. And I use my bone folder and I just burnish in those creases like that. And hello, Carla. Thanks for joining me, ladies. All right. So I have two pieces. One is designer series paper, one is cardstock, but they measure the same, 4 by 5 and a fourth. So this is going to be our inside piece, which we're going to stamp, but we're going to stamp all together. So I'm going to set that aside right now. So I'm going to go ahead. What I like about this card is there's a lot of layers, but honestly, I put everything flat, which is very odd for me because I love dimensionals. I love to pop things up. So this card is flat, but maybe tonight I may pop something up. I don't know. We'll see. Let's play it by ear. I guess we'll see if I decide to stick to the program or if I change it up a bit. All right, so I'm just gonna put my designer series paper here flat. And then we have a bunch of different pieces here. So we're using the Granny Apple Green card base. So we're going to use the Granny Apple Green for all of these as the mats behind. So these are the things that we have. So we're going to stamp on these two, but this one can be flat. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere that flat. But before I do, I'm going to let you know the measurements. So this measures at 2 by 4, which means this is 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. So let's go ahead and let's put that flat. We'll do that. And I'm actually going to go ahead and put this right on the card because I do know I'm going to keep that flat no matter what. And I'm kind of going to center it a little bit, but over to the, like center it going this way, but over to the left of the card. So I'm going to go like that. And then let's go ahead and let's stamp our bird because we're going to do some coloring. I'm using my blends today. Got all my blends. I'm using the Granny Apple Green, Pool Party, and Highland Heather. If you use your blends, you are going to want to use Memento ink pad. The blends are an alcohol-based marker, and you do not want them to bleed. If you use Stays On, they will bleed. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ink that up. And I'm going to stamp the image. And using a photopolymer, I really probably should. Oh, good. I really should use a piercing mat. You need that extra cushion on your piercing mat. Or you need the extra cushion of the piercing mat for your photopolymer stamp sets, because sometimes if you don't, like in the center of the stamp, it'll get where it doesn't necessarily work. So it's definitely nice to have that. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to color the bird all in light Pool Party. And I'm just going to go ahead, color him in. And I'm going to use the finer tip. Okay. And then I'm actually going to do this as a branch that's green, not a brown branch. I'm going to do a green branch. And I'm just going to go like this. And I'm using just the dark Granny Apple Green. I'm just coloring that in. And then for the flowers, I'm going to use the light Highland Heather. Sorry, I want to make sure that, there we go. I'm going to use the light Highland Heather. I'm all paranoid now ever since I did Facebook Live and our team page. I'm just paranoid. So, and it's my fault too, because I did it during the day when I knew everyone was like working and stuff. And I didn't, it's just because that was the time of day that I could get it done. So I never looked back and forth until I realized that the screen was black and I was talking for like, 20 minutes. It's my thing. It was a bad day. It happens. All right. So for this one, and you know what I just realized? I did not want Highland Heather for that. I actually wanted Fresh Freesia. My bad. I was going to say, this looks a lot darker than this one does. I don't like it. Okay. Sorry, ladies. I don't like it. Let me get a new piece. I don't like it. Looks too dark. looks too dark. All right, so let's cut this piece again and stamp this piece. I'm so sorry. So what is this? This is 2 3/4 by 1 3/4. You know what? Sometimes you just gotta start over sometimes. We all have those moments. Let's just do this. It's not that I hate it. I don't hate it per se. I just think it's too dark because then it's too dark. It doesn't matchy match. All right, let's do this again. Let's do this again. All right. I'm even going to start with flowers this time. And there we go again, not using my piercing mat. Or I batting 1,000 tonight. All right. Let's go ahead now and color this and see. Yes, much better. Much better. You can definitely tell the difference between the blends of the fresh freesia versus the Highland Heather. But yet, if you look, I'm just going to even point this out there. If you look at them, they're not that different when you're looking at them like this. They almost look kind of the same a little bit. But clearly on paper, there's a difference. So now I'm going to take the dark and I'm just going to go over these lines that are from the flower. All right, there we go, you guys. Sorry I had to do it. Try not to waste your guys' time, but sometimes you just got to start over. All right, there we go. Now we're going to do the bird, and I'm going to do him all light, but I'm going to get out the dark because I want to go over his little feathers. Oh, it looks like I'm going to need my pool party light marker seems to be running out. All right, so now I'm going to take the dark and I'm going to kind of go over all these little lines of the feather, but then I'm going to kind of outline them up here and around like I'm coloring him on the outside. So I'm going to kind of do that, and then I'm going to bring in the light again, and I'm just going to kind of go over it just to give him a little bit more shading. Just to give them that little bit of shade. So now I am going to go ahead. I have some blue little splatters here. So I'm going to get out my pool party and get out my ink pad here. And I also did some of these little blue splatters behind the seine here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do one on this piece like this. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do some little splatters like that. All right. And while we're still stamping, let's go ahead and stamp our seine because then we can get that done. And then we'll stamp the inside too. And then we'll put the card all together. So the seine that I'm using is hope you have hope you have the best birthday. So I'm just going to stamp that. There we go. Now, for the inside of this card, you can really do whatever you want. I had this habit of never putting anything on the inside of the cards. It just was always my habit. And I will tell you, sometimes I do sayings on the inside, but I always feel like whenever I do sayings on the inside, for classes, there's always somebody who says, well, I didn't want that there. I don't want that saying, which is fine. Totally fine. Your card. So now I've gotten to the point where I just kind of like to leave it blank on the inside and throw some sayings out on the table. So then people can pick what sentiment they want on the inside. To me, it just kind of makes more sense. But I'm trying to get in this little habit of actually doing a little stamping or of some sort on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to clean that little stamp that I used for the little speckling because I'm going to actually now do a little petal pink of the speckling over here. There. So now I just have a little something for the inside of the card. All right. So we're going to put that flat. So let's go ahead and put the inside in now. And then we'll work on the front of our card. And then we'll be done with card 1. All right, so there is that. Voila. All right, so I am going to put all of these white pieces flat to the Granny Apple Green, though. But then I'm going to see if I want to pop something up, because I just might. All right. Now, before we get crazy over here, I want to make sure that I have my pearls, because I don't want to forget my pearls. All right, so do I want to pop this up and leave this flat? You know what? Let's just do it. Let's do it. I love dimensionals. They're probably, I mean, like one of my favorite things. Don't forget to put one in the center. You don't want a saggy center. All right. Let's see what this looks like popped up. I kind of like that better. Of course I like it better. Yeah, I do. I like that the main focus right there popped up. Okay. Might have to go back and change this one, but not tonight. All right, so there's that card. So now let's go ahead and put, these are from the Pastel Pearls, and I'm just putting two of the lighter, like lavender color, the Highland Heather, on there. And there we go. So there is our first card. All right. So let's set this one aside. And let's go to our second card. So for our second card, this is the one where we're going to kind of design our own designer series paper, which I think is always fun. So again, with the card base, it is 5.5 by 8.5. You can score it at 4 1/4 or just fold it in half like I have. We have a couple different pieces of the white. So this will be the inside, and this is our first layer. So these both are 4 by 5 1/4. And then this will be the one where we're going to stamp. So let's get out my piercing mat here and let's do some stamping. So this one, we're going to just kind of stamp all over and stamp random. I am going to get a little grid paper. So I love this grid paper here from the Stamparatus. I use that so that way I'm not getting ink all on here, because it doesn't dry right away like it does with paper. And then you can get it on your cards or your fingers, and it just becomes a mess, and you don't want that. All right, so let's start with the big flower, and we're going to do that in Pool Party. So I'm going to ink that up, and there's really no rhyme or reason where I'm going with all of this. I'm literally just kind of going around the edge, and then I will do a tiny little bit like that. And then I'll do one over here. Even though we're going to be covering that up, doesn't matter. All right. So we're not going to use the Pool Party blue anymore. But let's get out our Granny Apple Green. I don't know why, whenever I'm doing this, I like to start with the biggest stamp set first, the biggest stamp, and then just kind of go down from there. So the next biggest one would be this green leafy piece. So I'm going to kind of just randomly place these wherever. And we'll just kind of go there, maybe a little there, maybe a little there. I mean, this is definitely, okay, perfect. I like that. And then I'm just going to do that little bit right up at the top. And now I want some fresh freesia. I like that purple in there. So we're going to get out this little guy here. And I'm just going to kind of place this wherever I want. Again, no rhyme, no reason. We're just doing it wherever we want. Maybe another one like that. Maybe I want to, there we go. And then I like that little splatter. So I'm going to bring out my petal pink again. And I'm going to put that kind of just randomly in the spots. There we go. There, I just made my own basically my own designer series paper, if you think about it. You just randomly stamped everywhere. Okay. So with that said, we're going to place this flat to our Fresh Freesia cardstock. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to place this flat to our card, the front of our card. We're going to do that. All right, now we still have our circle to stamp and we still have our inside to stamp. So here's my inside piece. I'm going to bring back my piercing mat. I'm going to bring back that pool party with the big 2 flowers, because I'm going to do those 2 in the corner, just like that. I'm going to bring out my granny apple green with the little greenery, and we're going to do a couple different things with this one. So we're going to do the inside, and I'm going to set that aside, and then I'm going to do where around the edge, I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit all the way around the circle, because we're going to stamp the same inside, but I want to give that a little bit around the edge there. Right. And then going back to the inside, we're going to do our little fun Fresh Freesia little thing here. And then last but not least, we're going to bring out those little specks again of the petal pink. And I'm just going to kind of go like that. And, you know, I'm even going to kind of do one right in there. There we go. So there's our inside. All right. So now let's adhere this on the inside. So here's our card. And we're going to just put this on the inside like that. All right. So there's our inside. All right. So now we just have to stamp our sentiment. And I'm going to do that in the memento. And I'm just going to pop that up. And I'm going to center it right in our circle, just like that. Now, I did use dimensionals for popping this white piece onto the pool party piece. So we're going to pop that onto the pool party piece. But then we're going to pop up the pool party piece too. And when I usually do a small circle like this, I put 3 dimensionals on it. And I have a dimensional here, and a dimensional here. So it's like a triangle. But now I want the opposite side. So now I want the dimensional here, here, and here. I just feel like it's more sturdy on the card. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's just, I don't know. I like it. It stays up better. All right, so we're going to go like that. And then I have my pearls here. Just my regular basic pearls. And I have a bunch of them here. And I'm just going to randomly place some of them like in the flowers. Like that. Look at this one. This one's on the side over here. We'll put that one over there. Wherever I can find a part of a flower, of the blue flowers, is where I'm going to put it. And I'm even going to put one over here because there's a little spot right there. And there we go. And there you have it. And there's card number 2. Cute. I like that one. Okay, so now let's go to the last card. And then I have some sneak peeks. So don't leave me yet. All right, so here's the last card. I have to say this one's my favorite. I don't know why, it just is. It's my favorite. So I'm using the Whisper White Thick. Now, whenever I do a card base in either with basic white or very vanilla, I always use the thick. I don't like, and I know this is personal preference. I'm just not a fan of like flimsy like thin cards. I like them to have more substance. So I definitely use the thick for the bases. And even like this, like, I have two layers here and I have a layer inside. It always makes it so that the card feels a little bit more. All right. So I've got some different pieces of designer series paper here, and I'm going to show you how I will do this to line it up. And then I have two pieces that are die pieces. This is from our tailored tags. Great, great die set. If you don't have it, it's a great die set to have. And then this piece right here, there's three different sizes. This is the largest one, and it's from Hippo and Friends. So we're going to use that too. And then we're going to use our sprig punch. And I brought my scraps over of Granny Apple Green and Evening Evergreen. So I have some of those. But before we do that, let's paper pierce our paper down. So how I cut these is I cut it so that there is a thin piece all the way around that you can see of the white for the card. So really, if you were to put, for instance, so my first layer on this card is the fresh freesia. That measures at 4 by 5 1/4. If I were to put all these pieces together like I did, if you measure it, it's 4 by 5 1/4. So it's the same size. I'm just cutting up the paper and making it different. So I guess it doesn't really matter where you start, as long as you start, either left to right or right to left. Personally, I find that if you start in the center and then go this way and this way, it never works out. I never find that it works for me. If you think that's easiest for you, by all means, go for it. We all stamp and do things different. So I laid my first piece down. See how I left about the same amount on each side? So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lay my second piece down. I'm actually going to, and I'm going to line it right up. I'm just going to butt it right up to the edge there. And I'm going to do the same thing for all of these pieces. I'm just going to butt it right up to the edge. Oops. So we're going to butt it right up to the edge, making sure that it lines up. And I got this cute little thin piece. This actually came into play because when I started cutting these, I was like this and I still had a big gap. And I was like, oh, and I look over and this is a true story. There was this piece right here and it was a scrap that I was seriously going to throw away. Because like pieces like this I'd keep, but something like this I would not keep. Well, this time I kept it because it worked out perfect. I was like, oh, this couldn't be more perfect. So clearly this little piece wanted to be a part of the card. All right. And then we're going to line that up right there like that. And actually, I think this little piece here is just a smidge too tall. That was daring, and I did it. All right. So there is the front of the card. Okay. So now we're going to place this flat in the center. Now, if you wanted to add a bunch of height to all of it, you could. In fact, you know what? I think I'm gonna, because I did it once flat. Now I kind of want to see what it looks like a little bit taller. Yes, if you're mailing it, it does make the envelope a little bit poofier. But if you're not mailing it, layer it up. All right. So let's go ahead here and place that right in the center. And then before we do this, we got to do some stamping and we have to do some punching. So let's go ahead and punch. I see I have a little bit of ink right here. So I'm going to get out my sand eraser and see if I can erase that off. Oh yeah, there we go. I don't know where it came from, but all right. So first I'm going to stamp the same. And I'm doing this in the Evening Evergreen, and I'm going to pull my piercing mat back out. We're going to ink that up. And I'm going to do that right in the center because I still want some space up in the right corner for the stamping, and I still want some space on the left bottom. So I'm going to, there we go. And then let's get out Granny Apple Green. And we're going to, I'm going to make it so that it goes like that. And however you stamp, it doesn't really matter. However you want to do your stamping is fine. I do want to look on the inside though. So since we're doing, we have this green out, let's go ahead and stamp on the inside of this one. And we'll just kind of do it all the same. So I'm stamping a little bit in the corner here. So we have the two green leaves. So now let's go back to the front. So we have one of the little flowers of the pool party. So we're gonna do that. And then we'll do again on the inside. We have it on the inside as well. All right. This way I'm not opening and closing ink pads. Seems a little smarter to do it this way. All right, so on the inside, we have another piece here. Now, I had room for both of them over there. This time, I'm going to kind of put it down at the bottom here. And then closing this, I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to kind of do it at the bottom. But for this one, I am going to go over there like that. Okay. All right, so now we have a couple things to do. First of all, we need some ribbon. This is fresh freesia ribbon, and I'm just going to take a little strip like this because I'm going to just poke it through the hole, and I'm not doing a bow, I'm just doing a knot. So I'm just going to tie it like that. And then I am going to cut it down a little bit and angle it to make it look cuter, prettier. All right. All right, so we have our inside done. Now we're going to finish our outside. So let's go ahead and get our dimensionals back. Hi, Denise. Thanks for joining me. So nice to see you guys. All right. So let's do this. And since we're almost done with the projects tonight, I still have to show you guys something. Sneak peek, 2 sneak peeks. All right, so I'm going to place this right over the front like that. And then we need to do some of our little sprigs. So we're going to punch out 2 of each one. So 1 and 2. And then we'll do 1, 2. I literally got both of these things that I want to share with you today. I got them today. So I haven't even opened them yet. So I'm opening them with you guys today. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm going to use glue dots, mini glue dots for this. And I'm just going to put them at the end here. And I'm just going to kind of tuck them under. That's the nice thing about when you do use dimensionals, because you can easily tuck these right on under there. Okay. And then I'm going to place this like so. And then we have one more. There we go. Oops, that glue dot didn't want to let go. All right, there you have it. How adorable is that? So we have that card, we have this card, and then we have this card. All of these are from the celebration Friendly Hello. I hope I've inspired you guys to get this if you don't have it. Or if you have it and you didn't know what to do with it, I hope you enjoyed these cards so you could case them, do whatever. I love the colors. They're very pretty. All right. Who's ready for the sneak peek? Okay, I'm gonna keep this down because oh wait, do I have oh wait. I gotta put pearls on. I can't leave it pearlless. I can't leave it pearlless. All right, I have 2 pearls right here. One is for right there, and one is for right there. All right, there you have it. Now I'm finished. Okay. All right, new product. We have a brand new product right now that demonstrators are allowed to purchase. And this will be available for everyone beginning on February 2nd. It will run until, no, February 1st, and it'll run till May 2nd. Sorry, February 1st, everyone can purchase it. It'll run till May 2nd or while supplies last. However, the blends, yes, I said blends, they will carry over. They will be in the new catalog. So look at, I haven't even opened these yet, you guys. We have new blends, skin tone blends, lots of colors. So these ones right here are called, you know what, they don't have a name, they have numbers. So lots of different skin tones. These are just great, obviously, for stamping or for coloring. But, you know, somebody else mentioned this, and I thought, well, yeah, another fellow demonstrator, you can use these for animals too. Like, what great colors to use for different animals too. So totally cool about this, but let me share what goes with this right now. All right. So we have a brand new stamp set coming out that's called Here Together. And it says, I promise love changes everything. Every act of kindness changes the world. We'll get through this together. You matter to me. I mean, I love this. This is great. Now wait for it. We have dies. We have dies. We have dies. All right. So give me a second here. And I will share with the dies because I haven't even looked at them yet. All right. So let's see here. Oh, and you know what? This is nope. I thought this was photopolymer. So this is a cling stamp, rubber cling stamp. And look at, these are the dies. Oh my fabulous. Look at that. Oh, I love this. Okay, what does this one say? You matter. Here for you. And then, of course, a heart. Super excited about this. And I'm not done. I'm not done. I have one more thing to share with you with this. Okay, so we have a stamp set, matching dies, new skin tones. What if I said paper? I know you guys could see that. I could see it on there. But let's look at this paper. Oh, let's look at this paper. All right, so we have one, I think it's 48. Let's look. Yes, it's 48 sheets, which means that there should be 4 of these. So 4 of each, but they're double-sided. So you could do it as 4 or 2 and 2, however you wanted to. But let's look at this. It's all black and white, which we all love black and white. So there's this pattern, this pattern, this pattern, this pattern, this pattern, this pattern. Oh, I like the stripes. Oh, I like this too. All right, so we have the hands, that pattern, the little hands with the heart. That's super cute. Oh, and then the hearts on the back. Okay, so then we have the polka dots. And that, my eyes are going a little boggly. I don't know about you guys. I'm like staring at this with my bright lights and I'm like, whoa. Oh, I like that. All right. I like all of this. mean, who doesn't like black and white paper? Hearts, which I love hearts. Ooh, polka dots. Okay, yay, stripes. Gotta have stripes. And the little fans. And then we have little like checkered plaid again. And little like flower things. Very cool. So this is super cool. I absolutely love this. This is new product. So yay. Okay, so you'll be seeing some stuff with that. Remember, this is available February 1st through May 2nd or until supplies last. I know for a fact the markers are carrying over, and the paper is not, and I don't remember if this is. I know that's bad. I will have to look that up because I can't remember if it is or not. All right, so the other thing, I have two more things to show you. Another thing is product as well. So this will be a sneak peek of what we will be doing next Monday night for Make It Monday. So if you guys want to do this with me, hop on over to Amanda's Inspiration Station and order this, and you can stamp along with me. It is a new card kit. It's $19, and it's called Light the Candle. So I just got this today too. So we're going to open it up together. So Coastal Cabana spot is inside. And then we have the stamp set. And what it is, I'm going to show this to you. It is all birthday. So it's 2 cards. They're all cards. It is such a cute, adorable kit. I love the envelopes, how decorative the envelopes are, but you always need birthday cards. But if you flip it over, there's also some little embellishments in here, and it comes with a block. So everything you need, it also will come with adhesive too. Everything you need is in here. So everything. It's $19. I would love for you to join me next week because this is what we're going to be making next week. So I would love for you to join me on that. And then the one last thing that I just want to share is, in case you haven't seen it yet or not, I put together a Fabulous Fun Fold tutorial bundle. This tutorial bundle has 12 different fun fold cards. Each one is completely different. Each one, this is step-by-step instructions on each card, supply list on each card, measurements on each card, colored copy photos on each card. And then you can join my exclusive Facebook group for this tutorial bundle. And on the second Monday of the month at 11 a.m. Central Time, I will go on and I will do a video, a Facebook Live on each one of these. Now, I've already done this one you can see the little clip here of the kite. I did that one last Monday. It was the second Monday of the month. It doesn't matter if you purchase this now, in December, in July, next year. You'll always be invited to that group. That group will be there forever unless Facebook goes away, which let's hope that doesn't ever happen. But you can always go back and watch these videos. They are in there forever. So you don't need the video to do these. I mean, these are step-by-step instructions, but videos are always nice. If, I'm a visual girl. I like to learn by watching somebody else do it. But these are fabulous. You don't need these supplies. If you don't have, like, the sailboat's new. If you don't have the sailboat, that's fine. You pick out your own designer series paper that you want, and you pick out your own punch. You do not have to stick with these. The purpose of this is to teach you how to do the fun fold. It's not about, oh, I don't have that product, so I can't do that card. That's not what it's about. So you just pick other products, and you can follow along and do all of it. This sells for $37. It's in my tutorial store. So if you go to amandasinspirationstation.com, right at the top says tutorial store. You can click on it, add it to your cart. You can purchase it right there. I do it through my blog, which is wix.com. So it's a very secure site, and it's instantly downloadable. So it's an instant download. Okay. So I would love for you to join me on that. And that's it. All right. That's all I have for tonight. So I hope you ladies enjoyed the night. And I will see you next Monday, hopefully, for the Light the Candle card kit. Thanks for joining me. Have a great night. Bye.